I'm fascinated by this story of Richie Incognito. You know, he retired from the Buffalo Bills, but then they send messages out that he might still want to play. Story is, Jeff, he's working out in South Florida, and I'll have you fill in the details, but he got in a fight, and now he's been checked into a psychiatric ward. What's going on with Richie Incognito?
So this is a really difficult thing for me to dive into if you want to talk about that. I don't even know how to do it in a way that provides the privacy that Richie needs right now. With what's really difficult about mental...
Well, don't overshare. That's
it's not about oversharing. The tough part for me about this is like when mental illness goes both ways, right? Like when we see someone who is extremely depressed, I think that we have far more sympathy for them than someone who might be going through something on the other end of the spectrum because it is aggressive in nature.
Like mania, you're saying, like the other end of bipolar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mania. When we read TMZ's report on this about what exactly happened and how he thought the government was, spying on him and all these things, this is mental illness. And Richie is, when he is following the proper regimen, I've talked to him about this a lot over the years, when he has gone through great times, ups and downs, when he is, and I'm comfortable saying this because I know Richie and I have talked about this at length. In fact, I did a really in-depth story about it years ago about his battle with mental illness. And it's just so hard because he's such an incredible person when he is under the right treatment, is medicated the right word. I don't know this is where it's tough to, you don't want to overshare, but he's dealing with the demons right now. Like he's in this thing, man. This is deep. This is dark. And this is really difficult. And I just pray that he gets out of this and finds his way out, because what a lot of people don't realize, they connect him to the Jonathan Martin thing. And then they see when he beat up his Lamborghini after that Jonathan Martin thing, they connect those two things. Well, there's Richie being crazy again. And it's actually not nearly as simple. And it's a very nuanced thing. And I would just say right now, rather than laugh at him and call him crazy, I would just say, just have some sympathy for mental illness on both sides of the spectrum.
Man, I think you did a good job.
I don't know, man.
No, I do. And I appreciate you sharing. I don't think you overshared. You gave us some insight there on what's going on with him. And
just don't assume that this is just a guy who wanted to retire. And Richie loves football as much as anybody I've ever met in my life. So when he says that he wants to retire, there's something off there.